Welcome everybody to our podcast. Can I get some sports with that on this beautiful Friday evening? Uh, just starting off, I got a special guest with us today. Shout out to my man's Moody with his podcast, Moody's Point. Find that on all channels. We're gonna get into that a little later, but I gotta introduce the crew with us tonight. We packed today. Got my boy Neil right here today, looking like a fresh wide receiver out of practice. Got my boy Dave here. Say hello to the people, Dave.
What's happening, everybody? Ready to get it cracking. Let's go.
You know, we got Mr. Wise Words here. Chris always coming to the show.
You already know what it is. Chi-Town in the building.
And you know, we got Mr. Consistency over here, Mr. Mike, keeping everything consistent with his week picks. And we got D-Boy here today, man. It's been a minute since I done seen you, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Just thinking about how Bulls still got it in Cleveland weekend. Boy, I'm good.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm
not gonna start with you today, D-Boy. I'm not gonna start with you today.
It's war. I'm on that with you. I'm on that with you. Stop fighting.
2 words for you, Phil.
No, what's good, boy?
I see it. So yeah, definitely good to see y'all. Before we get into our show, just want to like I said, kick it to my man Derek Moody. Let us know about the podcast and how everything been going.
Good dude, man. I just been out here. Well, every chance I get, every little time I get out. Yeah, off the Waves World Podcast Network. You can catch it on. It's available on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora. We got a YouTube channel too, the Waves World Podcast Network. Also got a YouTube channel too, the Moody's Point. I only got right now I got 3 videos, but I'm leaning toward to try to shoot more videos for the channel. I'm gonna get that out there too. Then me and my homie Lean, we also have a podcast we do time to time. It's called the Midwest Riff, where we talk about all different topics too as well. You catch the Midwest Riff on the YouTube channel as well. But yeah, other than that, same old. Trying to be great, you feel me?
Hey man, that's what we all trying to be great, man. Let's get right into it. So starting off, we're gonna start off with the game we all saw yesterday. Chargers Chiefs. Great game, I'm biased. I'm a Chargers fan. I wanted my team to win, but one costly turnover really changed everything. And Pat Mahomes, you can only stop them for so long. And that Chiefs defense really got after Justin Herbert. Looks pretty hurt out there. I hope he's okay. But I just want to hear y'all thoughts on the recent action. I'm actually going ahead and start off with you, Derek. What was your thoughts about the game?
The first half was pretty cool, man. I thought the Chargers had something for them. They was doing all the good things out there. Yeah, once the second half hit, I feel like once him and Everett had that miscommunication end zone, that pick 6, I feel like the momentum started to slowly change, and then Herbert's, I guess his ribs started to hurt him a lot, and playing with some ribs that's hurting, that's gonna instantly throw your game off. Mahomes is doing Mahomes things, side arming and everything. There's not much you can do with that. And then I was also surprised. I didn't see really Bosa and Mac try to get to him as much as I thought it was too. I feel like the pressure to try to get to Mahomes kind of were off too towards the end. And then like J.C. Jackson, I only seen him 3 times. Actually, I only seen his number 3 times the whole game. He was kind of quiet too. I was kind of shocked by that. Other than that, was a great Thursday night game. Started off, you feel me? This is what everything I thought was going to be.
Facts, definitely. In terms of that, how Herbert was feeling, that was really a byproduct of him getting hit too much. And on that Edwards play, he was tired on the play. He was definitely trying to get out the game first. I mean, didn't have time. I still feel like he ran the route at half speed, and that kind of cost him because Justin Herbert made the wrong read and he made the wrong throw and ended up going back to the house. But it was a good game though. I just think that You know what it was with that the pass rush really wasn't coming for the Chargers because Pat Mahomes was really getting the ball out quick, especially in the second half. He wasn't really holding on to the ball that long, and the run game was picking up pace.
They
But
changed their play calling. They started calling the quick pass instead of the long pass, and that changed everything.
That's absolutely perfect, Neil, because I was definitely finna go to you next.
And then they did a good job of containing Mike Williams second half because he was doing his thing the first half. Second half, he was non-existent.
Yep. So in the coming out of halftime, the Chiefs made a lot of changes offensively and defensively. They started calling double and triple coverages on Mike Williams. When the Chiefs were running a zone defense, they were carrying him through the zone and not just sort of spotting them up. They were actually the entire team from the corners to the linebackers to the safeties. You know, pretty much the entire secondary. They all started picking them up across just as different routes. Now on the offense, the Chiefs they changed their play calling. They started calling for a lot more quick routes, quick passes, and when you start doing things like that and you getting the ball out quick, and you constantly making the defense have to react a lot quicker, that gets them tired, and then you start opening up the run game. You start getting those lanes, and then from there things kept moving. The biggest factor really in the second half was the pick six by Justin Herbert. Like you said, Phil, Joe Everett, he was calling for one, but they ran tempo, and you right, he did run the route at half speed because he was supposed to cut out and then cut back in, but on the cut in, he kind of just stopped and sat down on it, which allowed the defender to go ahead and jump the back shoulder pass because he didn't keep moving how he was supposed to on that route. It's like on a route like that, like you saw him cut out and then cut back in, but instead of continuing to run through the route, he just kind of sat down on it. And when you got that happening, the Chargers missing 2 offensive linemen, which allowed the Chiefs to not have to rush 5 or more. They were able to start rushing, just doing a lot more 4-man rush. It changed a lot of things in the game. So shout out to the Chiefs for being the more disciplined and just well coached team tonight. You could see it coming out of the second half. It was 1 turnover and then just good team ball. The offense didn't necessarily do a whole lot, but they did what they were supposed to do to win in the game, and that's what you want to see. I mean, it wasn't pretty, but a W's a W, so you got to give it to them.
But y'all wanted them to go for it on 4th and 3.
I didn't want them to go for it. I knew they was going to kick the field goal. I expected that because of how that Chargers defense was playing at that time. In the first half, that defense looked lights out. They got a couple sacks. They were getting them Mahomes. They were in his face. He didn't have no time to throw for real.
They was hitting him a lot earlier.
Yeah. In the first half, that defense was lights out. But then in that second half, when they changed pretty much the entire scheme of the offense, and they stopped pretty much calling for the long pass, and they started calling that quick passing game, getting those quick routes, and then making a man or two miss and taking it for about 10, 15 yards. That changed the whole game.
I think that I feel like I said this last year about the Chiefs that Pat Mahomes is learning how to win ugly. Like he learned that he can manage a game and still be effective and still win. And
right, he don't gotta come out and be 55 touchdown Mahomes. He can come out and be, you feel me, 33
36 and win.
Yeah, you feel me? He can come out and be 36 touchdowns Mahomes and win. He don't always gotta come out and be Superman. You feel me? Sometimes you can come out and be, Superboy and still get the job done.
And everybody was wondering what that Super Bowl loss taught him. And y'all seeing.
Yeah, he learned to get the ball out a whole lot quicker. And like not only that, I think what we saw from the Chiefs offense tonight is going to be a lot of what we're going to see from the Chiefs offense, a lot of ball being spread around. I think they're going to run the ball a lot more effectively, even though the Chargers have a bad run defense still, because the Chiefs still always manage to find a way to run well against them. So that's definitely something that the Chargers need to pick up on. Let me hear from David though. I ain't heard from you yet.
Well, to piggyback off what a lot of people were saying, I said this a long time ago, actually. I'm not sure if you guys recall, but I was saying that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs need to learn to think it up because they don't always have to go big play after big play after big play. That's what Mahomes was doing early in his career. He saw him big shot, big play down the field instead of taking what the defense give him and just try to score from there. Now is coming into play because, like Mike said, the Super Bowl loss, they seem like they're learning how to play organized ball, and he's learning how to manage the game instead of big play after big play. Of course, he did it against Arizona, but today was different. Last night was different because you had two good pass rushes, Moses coming at him, Khalil Mack coming at him. And the Saints, the Chargers got a pretty good run, so he definitely had to learn that, and definitely, like we always say with sports, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the first half was pretty sluggish, but they made the second half adjustments, did what they needed to do. But all in all, I'm not taking nothing away from the Chargers. That one costly mistake from Herbert with Everett was the turning point in the game that really shifted momentum to Kansas City. So I'm not taking nothing away from the Chargers or Justin Herbert because they played excellent. And so hopefully his injury isn't too bad. He has time to heal. So it was a pretty good game, but shout out to the Chiefs for pulling through, and definitely looking forward to seeing them do more of that throughout the season, just managing the game.
Real quick. Coming into the game, I had the Chiefs winning. I just wanted to kind of throw this out before I forgot. I had the Chiefs winning, but I had the Chargers covering the spread. It was a 4.5 spread, which was honestly not that good. You feel me?
That's a regular spread though.
For a game like this, I especially it was being a divisional game, I would have expected it to honestly be a little lower.
They going off of what happened last week with the Chiefs when they dropped 44. So like that margin was kind of around where it should have been. Plus you get 3 from being at home anyway.
But I did. To be honest, the game went almost exactly how I expected it to go.
Yeah, for sure. One of my bigger takeaways was like the health of Justin Herbert, because I saw him go down and crying in pain. I was like, man, don't let him come back in the game. I was definitely like, keep him out the game. Just wait till fights the next week. Then like a couple plays later, he threw a straight up dart down the field to the 1 yard line. I'm like, this dude ain't real, bro. Somebody made this, man. He can't be human. But no, D-Boy, actually, no, I'll take that back. Not D-Boy. I want to talk to Mike. About this game, because I know this game involves both of his boys, even though I introduced him to one of them. We ain't gonna talk about that. But no,
I don't even know why he a fan of Justin Herbert. He was doubting the man.
It's crazy because I didn't even put him on Justin Herbert.
I never doubted Justin Herbert, bro.
Knock it off.
I ain't even put him on to Justin
It
Herbert.
is too, bro. Go east too.
I ain't even gonna entertain that.
Cause he know
And
his facts. He know his
no,
facts.
no, it's not facts, bro. I've been on the Justin Herbert tip since they hurt my man Tyrod Taylor, and he
That
came
man,
in. He
when
came
that
in at
man
first.
got
The first,
drafted, bro, he was calling him a Monday morning quarterback, bro. He was saying that man was gonna be middle of the pack. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? That man was saying, yeah. And
where
you
did
know
you
you
get this?
was,
I
bro.
never said that.
Stop capping, bro. You
Oh,
know you was.
let me find
Yeah,
out, Mike.
find the tape on that because I ain't never said that one. But what
Let
I
me
will
find
say is
out.
when they hurt my man's Tyrod Taylor and he came in, I say after about the second or third game, I was like, yeah, this dude is the truth for real, for real. I've been with him ever since. So I don't know what Cardell talking about.
I was so
I didn't even know about him before he got drafted like that. Cause
I knew about him.
I wasn't
I was
keeping up with him like that in college.
I was
So
watching what he
that
did
was
at
on me.
Oregon. That man was balling at Oregon.
But yeah, but this game though, like Cardell said, even though I know it ain't true for him, it went exactly how I expected it to go. I thought this game was gonna be a lot like the Chiefs Bills game, not quite as many,
I told you 30s.
thrills and theatrics. I didn't think it was gonna be as many thrills and theatrics and not quite as many points. But I thought it was gonna be along the lines of that. And it pretty much was, you know what I'm saying? And the first half went basically how I thought. They're gonna come out slow, fill each other out, score here and there, you know what I'm saying, and prepare for the second half battle. It's pretty much what they did in the first half. Second half came and it was, you know what I'm saying, coming out party for whoever you could think of. Herbert and Eckler, they tried to do it, but then once the line and then was down, you saw, Chris Jones kind of have a coming out party and let him know he here. So, he enforced his will, all throughout that second half. They felt that. And then Mahomes ain't gonna go away. Like y'all was saying, he learned how to game manage and all of that. So he take what the defense gives him. And that's one of the biggest things. And I think if the Chargers would have stuck with that going into the second half, they would have been better off. Because all throughout the first half, they got them through just fine. But then they start taking unnecessary shots, you know what I'm saying, gambling a little bit, doing stuff like that, playing into the Chiefs game, really. Like, that's what Andy Reid wants you to do. He wants you to get into that game with them. And they kind of bid on it a little bit. So that's that. But it was a great game, though. Great game, great week 2, and it pretty much went how I thought it would. Herbert should bounce back, seeing as how he finished out the game injury-wise. So hopefully that don't affect him too much going forward. But I think this is big for playoffs. That's really what this was big for, because I think they're going to meet again probably around playoff time. And it's going to be another game, something like this. Going to come down to the wire, you know what I'm saying? Who could control the pace? Who control the crowd? Who control the momentum? Because once that momentum shifted, it was over. All while the Chargers had momentum, they was winning. The minute they gave that momentum away, they never got the lead back. And you can't give momentum back to the Chiefs. So that's my take. But it was a good game, though. It was a good game, man. I told y'all in the beginning, Chiefs going back to the bowl. So, hey, 2-0.
Well, also with that though, it's a good thing they beat the Raiders. But they played the Raiders last week, right?
Yeah.
Chargers.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
The Chargers
They
gonna win the next meeting between them. The Chargers gonna win the next meeting between them. And
They have to if they want any chance in that division, because as of right now,
going
the
down.
Chiefs already got essentially a commanding lead.
no, they
Only
only
beat
1-0
one team in the
in the
division.
I'm about to say they only 1-0 in the division. The Chargers
1-0
No, the
1-0 in the
Chargers.
division, but they
Oh no,
also the
I
only
take that back. They won and won in the division.
they 1-0 in the division, but they also the only undefeated team in the division. All the other teams already got losses, so they already a major step ahead.
Yeah, I was saying it was a good thing they beat the Raiders in week 1. They would have went 0-2 to both those division opponents. It would have been tough. That division
But
cannot.
the Chiefs not gonna make it past the Bills in the playoffs. So this discussion is.
You saying the Bills like they
We'll
not the
we'll
best team
revisit
in the
that. You
AFC?
said that last year too, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Bro,
But
they
I like the
they
point
got
that you
lucky last year because, as you saw, they lost to a team that wasn't better than them in the
Call it what you
championship game.
want. Call it what you want.
You
we're
said
not
the
gonna
Chiefs
talk
was
Nancy
about
going back.
last
Frazier
year's
was the
playoffs
reason
right
they
now.
went
We
to
You
the
know
said
what
AFC
happened.
Championship
you
game.
said the Chiefs was going back to the bowl last year and they lost to the Bengals. So I mean, you said that this year it's not
Hold
happening.
up. Let me just say this. A certain defensive
Considering
coordinator was the
what the
reason Patrick
Bengals had to
Mahomes
do,
got to the AFC Championship game last year. If that defensive coordinator by himself didn't play a pretty good fucking defense, we'd have been talking about the Bills possibly winning it all.
nah, don't say that now. When you high on the Joey Boffy and Cincinnati Bengals and this, that, and the third, they would have beat the Bills too. Let y'all tell it because they were so good. But
It
you know,
had
hey,
to beat the Bills. I
They
had
they
them
okay.
would not
losing
have
to
beaten the
So let me
Bills.
get this straight. Let me get this straight.
I had the
Let me get
Bills
this.
going
So it
all the
wasn't
way
lucky.
last
It
year.
wasn't lucky. It wasn't lucky for them to beat the Chiefs, but they wouldn't have stood a chance against the Bills. That don't
I'm
even
not.
make sense.
I never said that they wouldn't have stood a chance to get the Bills. I'm just saying that the Bills would have won that game.
Bro, y'all had the Bills favorites
Bills would
all
have
year.
stomped
Just
though.
like this year, last year, y'all had the Bills favorites all year. And I
Well,
told
the
y'all they
Bills was
wasn't beating
my
the
favorite.
Chiefs. Told y'all they wasn't beating the Chiefs. So
Bills
until
looking
somebody
real spicy
this
this
is my
year.
thing. This is my thing. And and you know what? I'm not even giving it to Joey. I'm not even giving it to Joey because he lost in the Super Bowl to Matthew Stafford. So until y'all can come out and show me that y'all can stop Patrick Mahomes, bro, Patrick Mahomes got all y'all numbers. He got Lamar Jackson number. He got Justin Herbert number. He definitely got Derek Carr number. And he got Josh Allen number. Got all their numbers. They whole goal every year is to try to beat Patrick Mahomes, just like how the
Well, this is
NBA tries
Patrick
to do with
Mahomes'
Golden
first
State.
win against the Chargers. Didn't the Chargers beat them twice last year?
That don't
Nah, they
matter.
split last year. They
But
split last year. Chargers won the first game. Chiefs won in like 10 or 11.
To sum up my key points, no matter what happened, the AFC is always going through arrow.
That's
Exactly.
facts. That's valid.
It's going through Buffalo this year.
But
We'll see.
I hope
Ravens.
so for your sake and all my coworkers' sake, because they Buffalo people. So for all y'all, I hope so. But other than that, we'll see y'all disappointed by Patrick Mahomes once again.
That's not gonna happen this year.
All right, man. I need y'all to cut it out. We got to hear from Chris though, man. We ain't hear his take on the game.
All right, I'm gonna say great start to week 2. Awesome game. I was one who expected more points. I didn't see too much defense being played at first. In my initial observation, I thought it was gonna be a 35-42 game somewhere in the playoffs. I figured, it was gonna be a high scoring game. I was surprised to see the pass rush of both teams, that improved pass rush of the Chargers with Khalil Mack and Bosa, and then the Chiefs finding a way to get pass rush after two of the Chargers linemen got hurt. But like I said, I'm impressed. I was expecting the Chiefs to win because they was at home, but Justin Herbert did what he was supposed to do. I knew he was gonna keep him in the game. I expected amazing things from him, and he proved it once he came back after getting it looked like he got 2 ribs broke because they kept hitting him. But it was a great game. I couldn't have asked for more. Both quarterbacks did what they were supposed to do. It's just the Chiefs stole the momentum in the second half and made the plays. And Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes found a way to negate that Chargers pass rush. I thought Patrick Mahomes started getting the ball out in less than 2 seconds. He snapped it and he threw it. He snapped it and he just looked for a man and just threw it. He was doing it quicker than Justin Herbert. And to me, that was the difference in the ball game. Justin Herbert had to kind of look a little bit longer than Patty Mahomes because they took his initial read away, and that was the difference in the ball game. But other than that, it was a great game, and I can't wait to the second. That's my take.
That was actually a great point. That time frame, because that factored a lot in how the second half went.
Yep.
him having to wait so long to get them passes off, whereas Mahomes was pretty much, wasting time with it. And a lot of that came from the protection, but still, that was good point.
Because they kept trying to draw up the big play, and I really think that's gonna be the Chargers' biggest problem this year. It ain't gonna be special teams, ain't gonna be the defense, really ain't gonna be the run game. It's gonna be the always trying to take the big shot down the field because they know they can and they have such a talented quarterback, which is kind of what the Chiefs had to learn at first, and what Patrick Mahomes had to learn is you don't always got to take the big shot. So hopefully they can kind of recognize that and start to implement some more like quick passes and things like that in their offense, and not just, you feel me, when it's 2-minute offense and y'all trying to hurry up and get the ball down the field like they did at the end of the half in the first, and then going into that last drive that they had in the fourth quarter. So it's like if they could do some of that just a little bit earlier in the game when trying to take the deep shot don't always work, I think they'll be all right. But
they only get into positions like that.
With you, Carnell,
they only get into positions like that with teams like the Chiefs and maybe Buffalo or maybe Baltimore or something like that. They don't, most teams they don't let that happen to them. It's only certain teams that they get them going like that and shoot.
Because that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Because that's what happened.
They don't play like that
the Raiders, and I feel like that's part of the reason why the Raiders were able to start making a comeback how they did, was because they kept trying to draw up the big shot and the big play.
Yeah,
that's kind of what he's saying though. Like when you playing against high-powered offenses like the Chiefs or allegedly the Raiders, the Chargers play a little differently. Like they play a little more aggressively just to make sure they keep that offense on the field, on the sideline, and not on the field.
Sometimes,
but another thing,
sometimes it pay off. So
another thing that Chris touched on, and you touched on it too, Mike, Chris Jones, how he made the difference in the second half. But he made that difference in the second half because they moved. Because he was getting worked by that rookie in the first half.
Yeah, and I was going to bring that up too. Bro. Rookie was working that boy in the first half. That rookie was giving Chris Jones on the hand. Rookie.
They saw the other side of that line. What's her deal? It was like, let me slide Chris over here, and he just wrecked havoc.
Yeah, like I said,
Patrick Mahomes almost threw like 3 interceptions, right? But you notice what I noticed about all of them? It's like the Chiefs always had a play where somebody just ran out and just turned around, and Patrick just threw it. It's like even if he was there, he wasn't there. That's where the ball was going. And that's why he almost threw some of them interceptions, because he was just, I got to get rid of it. It was just like a step and then fire, a step and then fire. And he was just they had like, it was just like every route. I couldn't even figure out how they was drawing it up. Like they was just like, he knew it. Somebody was going to turn around. Somebody was going to turn around and he was going to fire, whether it was minus yards, whether it was a yard, whether it was he was just going to fire that damn. He was just getting it out. And I think that was the biggest difference in the game.
What was you about to say, Dave?
One thing we actually didn't bring up, none of us actually gave us a shot. Now that I think about it, one thing what happened with the game is, I know Phil, you said Chris Jones been deflected. Remember, the Chargers did this without Keenan Allen. So imagine that if Keenan Allen was playing. So it could have been a whole different ballgame. So definitely,
I would have had them winning if Keenan Allen was playing, but because Keenan Allen didn't play, that's why I didn't have them winning the game.
And that's what's the big upside is with the Chargers, because they got weapons, and he was missing his mind. He was missing his major weapon. Don't get me wrong, Mike Williams had picked up the slack for Keenan Allen not being, but just imagine if they had both of them. That's all I'm pretty much trying to bring, because they got
they still can't get their quarterback hit like that, though. They still can't get him hit like that.
That's like saying if LeBron had Kyrie and K Love, he would have beat Golden State. Like it's still the Chiefs, bro. They gonna find a way to get it done. Whether they hurt, everybody want to bring up the injuries and talk about how they play. They only bring up the injuries. They only bring up the injuries.
When LeBron
they only bring up these injuries with dynasty type teams. If it ain't dynasty type teams, no one mentions these injuries.
No, I wasn't mentioning that to even mentioning about, because they was playing the Chiefs. I was just mentioning it because he wasn't playing and he's still going to be a key part of the
Exactly, bro. It just make a difference in the game. Like this football, like this football, not basketball. Like in football, when you really missing one of your big stars, it's a problem, and we see that happen all around the league. And like the example you gave was a
No,
bad
bro.
example.
Football is always next man up. Football is the one sport where if you missing your star, you can cover for him. You can mask that in all kinds of ways. Football is the one sport that you can do that in.
You can't mask it in all kind of ways, but you could
Hey,
definitely mask it with a
exactly.
quarterback.
No, you
It
cannot.
depends on the situation. Each situation got different ways to mask it within a football scheme, and that's what make it possible. It's nowhere near the same as not having your. If you don't got your star in a basketball game, you is screwed. You
The
can't hide
impact is
it.
definitely
No,
different.
no team gonna step up and get you a 40-point performance. You see what I'm saying? It might happen, but it's rare. It's not football. You can rally the team and find ways to get it done, which is what the Chiefs do.
But also that example you gave was a bad one because when LeBron had Kyrie and Kevin Love, they beat them.
No, you want to say that, but they was down 3-1 and they suspended one of the players, so you could bring up them same things.
Hey, y'all, we ain't finna get into basketball
The
right now.
same way
Say
you
that
bring
for
it up
another
how they
show.
was hurt, you can bring up the suspensions and whatnot for the next year for when they won. So, like I said, you only mention this stuff for dynasty type teams.
Well,
I was gonna say,
speaking
like,
of,
I don't know enough thing, cause like, what's to expect for the Cowboys since that's gonna be on for like 6 weeks? I don't see Brandon Rush being in. What's his name? Not Brandon Rush, but Cooper Rush or for Cooper
Rush.
Rush.
Oh, the Cowboys season over.
oh man, you don't know it. You struck a nerve, Moody. But we gonna go ahead and we gonna head to the second topic. We gonna actually talk about week 2. What's y'all expectations for week 2? What matchup y'all most excited about? Me personally, I'm kind of looking into this Tampa Bay Saints matchup next week because I mean the Saints always beat up on Tom Brady, but it's different this year
And they
because
swept the division last year.
they did. The Saints was actually a really good team last year. They just had little falters at the quarterback position. Not
Because famous
really a
Jameis went
new.
down.
Yeah, I was like, not necessarily a new regime, but like, Sean Payton not there anymore. And I think Jameis Winston got something to say because, if I'm not mistaken, this might be the first time he's playing this team like as a starting quarterback.
Played him
And
No.
last year.
He was a starter last year until he
That's how
tore his
he got hurt.
ACL.
no, I'm
That's when
saying
he
his
got
his
hurt.
first game starting against the Buccaneers.
Yeah. No, he played against him last year.
Yeah, I think the game that he got injured was against them.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. All right, my mistake. But anyway, that's the matchup I want to look at. Plus, I think the Saints gonna be really good this year, and they're gonna contend for that division title. But I want to talk to David real quick. Let me know what's your thoughts on week 2.
Week 2, actually, I'm interested to be honest with you. The Vikings and the Eagles. Because both of their offenses look impressive. Because you got Justin Jefferson looking. I mean, he was a totally unguardable. Green Bay couldn't even find him for some reason. Even if they put an APB on him, they wouldn't have been able to find him. That's how open that man was. And Eagles with the addition of AJ Brown, they looked explosive with their offense too. So I expect actually a shootout because that's with those teams being the way they are, seem like they're going to be high power offenses. The defense might impact that game too. So both of their I'm not saying they both top 10 defenses at all, but it's going to be a good game, and I think it's going to go down to the shootout. So I want to see what AJ Brown do, and I want to see what Justin Jefferson do in that matchup. So that's the most appealing one.
That is a really good matchup. And to be honest with you, David, what I want to see from that game is that Philadelphia defense because we definitely didn't see it last week against the Lions. They put up some points on.
Thank you, Phil. I was gonna bring up that same thing. Like the Eagles started struggling against the lowly Lions in that last game. The Lions put up 30 points on that Eagles defense. So,
35.
yeah, I would like to see what the Eagles defense gonna do to Minnesota, because Minnesota, that offense is definitely not the Lions offense. I'm gonna tell you that. They got some hitters on that offense.
Plus, another thing that I am concerned about is I know Philly offense definitely looked good in week 1, but I want to see them against this Vikings defense that excels against the run. So I got to see how that look. But that's definitely a real good matchup to look out for. AD boy, we ain't heard from you yet today, man. What's up? What week 2 matchup you looking forward to the most?
You should already know.
Oh my gosh, it's too early, man.
I knew somebody.
Man, you
was
set
gonna say,
yourself up for that. Like he said,
I
you
really
should already
did.
know.
I really did. I ain't even mad. I really did.
Just read the
You
shirt.
should have known. You should have known.
D-Boy ride with that team right there.
You should have known what D-Boy was finna say.
This a game between his 2 favorite teams.
No, we ain't gonna.
What?
We don't like
Wait.
green team. We don't claim
You straddling in the fence, bro? You straddling in the fence?
He's talking about that team as much as the Bears.
Y'all gotta understand Phil's context here. It's his 2 favorite teams. It's his favorite team and his favorite team to hate. So essentially, yes, it's his 2 favorite teams. You feel me?
Oh man, get up, D-Boy. No sir.
I'm just taking receipts. I'm just keeping all receipts. I'm keeping all receipts because all the disrespect Justin Fields has been getting is just mind-boggling. Like,
where the disrespect coming from?
Like, he's not a sophisticated passer.
He talking about who he's arguing with on Twitter. You know, he be into it with people on Twitter.
Hey, no, it was also some analyst, or I think some former. No, it was former Bears
offensive
coordinator Mike Martz talking about how Justin Fields and Trey Lance both played terrible and he expected better from them. It's like, bro, they both 2 second-year quarterbacks who played in terrible conditions, and like, but I digress. We're gonna go ahead and let D-Boy talk.
Yeah, because the moment you mentioned Mike Martz, the conversation should have been over with.
Man,
you should already know. And I'm gonna do you one better. I guarantee the Bears victory. I'm gonna do you one better.
Like that one player that said we gonna guarantee victory because our coach said we better than them.
No, I'm gonna guarantee victory because, to Mike's point, Mike, who did you say they was gonna miss?
Who the Bears?
The Packers. Who did you say Aaron Rodgers was gonna miss?
That's what I meant. The Packers. I mean, his receiver. That's obvious.
Devontae ain't there no more.
Exactly.
Allen Lazard, like we supposed to be scared of Allen Lazard.
Y'all supposed to be scared of Aaron Rodgers, but y'all still ain't learned that lesson.
Did this here, man. We finna hurt that man. That man, look, hey, people been talking real crazy, real greasy on Twitter, man. I've been just taking names, man. I'm keeping all receipts. Because come Monday morning, come Sunday night at 10:30, 10:45, after the Bears and won, I'm going straight to Twitter and I'm gonna be the biggest, most insufferable asshole. Man, motherfuckers gonna be ready to fight, boy.
Listen, man, as Bears fans, man, we gotta start talking when the job is done, bro. Y'all gotta stop.
That's literally how y'all screw up every time.
Y'all gotta stop talking before the job is done. This is coming from a Bears fan himself. I'm done talking before the job is done.
At least I haven't said anything. You heard me say.
You just said they finna hurt
right. That's a former Bears fan. He's now a fan of the Rams and the Chiefs.
Hey, real quick though. Can I ask you something, D-Boy?
I'm just realistic, man.
Can I ask you something, D-Boy? Do you truly believe that the Bears offense is going to generate a lot of points against that Packer defense? Just a question. I ain't even trying to bait you. I'm just asking a question.
They're gonna score enough. I'm not saying they're gonna. Come on now. Come on now. I ain't no fool. I ain't sitting up here saying Justin gonna come out and put up 35 on them and shit. And Justin gonna put up at least 2 touchdowns. And then the defense is gonna be good for a touchdown.
21.
Yeah, right. We're gonna put up Justin gonna put up 14 to 21. The defense is gonna put up about they gonna put up a pick 6 or something. Oh yeah. Because them receivers is really cool. Then what I saw Sunday.
Oh, so you saying
I'm
that
not worried
they
about
gonna
that defense, boy, because how do you leave Justin Jefferson? That is the one man you do not leave that open.
First of all, it's Justin Jefferson. Come on now. Let's put some respect on his name.
Yeah, and no,
That is
JJ, my boy.
That is Justin Jefferson, but if you ask me, the Packers got the best corner in the game, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Jair Alexander, bro.
Please don't Justin was stop Parnell. That man is not the best receiver. That man is not the best corner in the NFL. He got his ass cooked.
I mean, even the best
leave him on the island with JJ, and you saw what happened. Stop it.
Let me tell you this though, D-boy. What corner is gonna survive that island though? Like for real. Don't say Jalen Ramsey because he definitely not surviving.
Oh boy,
he got cooked by
He got cooked by Stephon.
He got cooked by JJ. Wait, hold on. Didn't the Vikings and Rams play last year? And didn't Justin Jefferson give it to him that game too?
Yeah.
I'm trying
to hey, you could go back a week. Stephon Diggs.
Jalen Ramsey ain't shutting down nobody but D-Hop.
Stephon Diggs was giving that man that work all night. He gave that man that work.
But I'm gonna be honest with you though, D-boy. That is a real good matchup this Sunday. I'm actually looking forward to it because I know for sure the Packers can't go back-to-back weeks putting up only 7 points. And plus, they playing the Bears, and you know how Aaron Rodgers get against the Bears.
And for that reason, Phil, I'm nervous for the Bears.
We got a different coach. We ain't soft no more. And for the first time, hold on. For the first time in a long time,
I got a mic.
I'm gonna say it again. Our offense actually generated points in the game.
We didn't, Chris. We generated points in the fourth. We generated points in the fourth quarter. We went the whole game. We went the whole game with basically no points.
It don't matter. How many points have the Bears offense generated in the past?
Man.
How many passes have the Bears offense generated in
the second half?
That's what I just said. We went basically the whole game without generating points.
It don't matter. It's still more than the Bears have scored in 1, 2, 3 since 2018.
No, to be honest with you. No, to be honest with you.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Chris. No, it's not.
Hold on, y'all. All right, let me say this though. Like Aaron Rodgers see y'all, he see food pretty much
every time.
Yeah, I like that.
But another thing though, Chris, real quick. Remember what you said about Patrick Mahomes in the earlier segment?
Yeah.
How he gonna figure out the defense? You don't think Aaron Rodgers gonna figure out the defense?
That applies to Aaron Rodgers. Facts.
But
I'm not. Look,
Matt Eberflus defense actually has a winning record against Aaron Rodgers.
You said what?
Matt Eberflus's defense actually has a winning record against Aaron Rodgers.
If there's one defense Aaron Rodgers has a problem with, it's the Tampa 2.
That's the thing. Like, there's literally no need to do the Tampa 2 anymore against that team.
Yes, it is. And let's be honest. The Bears, pretty much, to be honest, at minimum, like Chris said, at minimum 16. The most we have been maximum is 21. For the past few years, that's all we really generate is about 21 points max.
That's low.
We averaged like 16 yet. Not even 16. We was averaging like 12 at one point.
Except for that game against the Steelers last year when we hung 28 on them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the maximum at most.
And gave up 45 because Matt Nagy little pussy ass was scared to
Matter
go
of fact,
for
I
it.
think that was the last game we had more than 2 touchdowns in the game. Because I think, just think about it, we started the season with 3 touchdowns in the game. I can't even remember the last time the Bears offense actually started the season scoring 3 touchdowns. We only talking 3. We ain't talking 4. We only talking 3. You gotta understand how big of an improvement that is from how bad we have been. That 3 touchdowns is actually the shit for us
Look,
because we've been that bad offense, that bad.
I'm gonna close my take with this, man. I'm taking the Bears because everybody think the Bears win last week was a fluke. Everybody gave San Francisco all the excuses in the world, talking about they only won because that didn't fit. The 49ers wasn't built to play in the rain. I mean, it was all kinds of excuses. Look, did this here, man. The Bears playing with house money. They've been listening to what motherfuckers been saying all year. And in closing, man, you think they forgot what that man said the last time he was here? You think they forgot that, bro? Oh man, look, Aaron Roquan on a contract, yeah. Oh man, look, we about to hurt that boy. Look, I'm telling you now. I hope it don't happen, but don't be surprised if somebody take a cheap shot.
What you
Don't
predicting
be
the score?
surprised
We
if
got a
somebody
chance
try
to
to
win.
hurt that
We
man
ain't got
and
a
put him out
chance.
the game. Somebody you remember how Eddie Barr laid that hit on him that one year? Oh yeah.
Oh no, you talking about Shane McClellan when Shane McClellan
No,
did the only thing
I'm
he did
talking
for the
about
Bears was
Minnesota.
take out
Anthony
Aaron Rodgers.
Barr when he put that man out for 6 games. No, Chris. I'm talking about that Minnesota game 2018 when
I know what
Anthony
you're
Barr
talking
put
about.
that
Oh
hit
yeah,
on him, boy. He
yeah.
hurt that boy. He hurt that boy. You think that Rowan Eddie J and Jaquan, man, look, you think Allen Williams ain't showed them that tape, boy? They about to hurt that man. I'm not saying we gonna completely shut him down, but man, look, that boy gonna know he in a fight. He gonna feel it.
He gonna be walking out like Justin Herbert, couple reels messed up.
Man, we finna hurt that boy.
So the Bears
get
had 3
ugly
touchdowns.
for him.
So the Bears had 3 touchdowns when they played the Giants last year in like the last game of the season when they beat them 29-3.
Okay, we talking the last game of the season against the Giants.
But you said when was the last time though? It's been a bunch of times that they didn't put up.
No, I said started the season. I said started at the beginning of the season. We ain't never put up 21. First game, we ain't never put up 21.
In the first game?
No, we've never in the last 3-4 years we ain't put up 21. We scored 6, 12, maybe 14, 17. 20s have been hard. We can't score. Remember, we couldn't score touchdowns. We would field goal, punt, turnover, punt. Maybe a touchdown. That's how our offense went.
All right, real quick, y'all, because I'm tired of talking about the Bears. So let's talk to Mike. What's your before I actually get to you, Mike, I had to ask Dave something real quick about his matchup. Who you got winning that matchup, Dave?
Between the Bears and Packers?
Between your pick between the Eagles and the
Eagles and the Vikings?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota because I believe they at home, and I'm counting on that crowd gonna be behind them, and they probably count on Jalen Hurts making a mistake or the defense giving up too many points, like how they just did with Detroit.
Thanks. I'll rock with it. Mike.
Wait! I take it back. Wait, they at Philadelphia, so it's my fault.
I was about to say that might change your pick.
Yeah, I might have to go. I might have to go because we all know Cousins' track record. So yeah. I'm going with Philly.
You gonna trade on your quarterback like that, David? You gonna trade on Kirk like that? You gonna trade on Cousins like that, David?
You know why he's doing that, Chris? Because he know Cousins ain't shit. He showed one week. And
That's
then the
his
following
quarterback,
week,
though.
he
That's
went to
his
bed.
quarterback.
Fuck out of here. Matter of fact, I can't wait till we play them so I can ask them how my ass tastes. Yeah.
Hey,
I told you,
This is why
hey,
we can't
all
talk about
season.
the NFC North with
hey,
these.
man. Packers fans and Vikings fans got D-Boy on fire today.
Man, he
This why
coming
we
with
can't
all
talk
heat.
about the NFC North, man. Y'all,
All
All right, that bro get his take.
right, come on, Mike, man. Let's switch gears real quick. Who your top matchup for this week?
I ain't got one, man. Of course, I want to see the Bears play Green Bay, but other than that, we already seen the other matchup I wanted to see. It was Thursday Night Football, man. Chiefs Chargers. That's the game of the week, if you ask me. So
You right.
it's
I
already
am with
done.
you when you right. Well, let's talk to Carneal. What's your matchup for the week?
So my matchup for the week is probably gonna surprise some of y'all. It may or it may not. But it's the Dolphins and the Ravens. I want to see how that game is gonna turn out when we actually get to see Tua have to battle against one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. And let's see if they can put up more points than they did last week against the Patriots. Now the Patriots and the Patriots and the Dolphins always kind of play each other tough, but for whatever reason, when the Patriots go down to Miami, I think they go spend a little too much time in South Beach. Even when Tom Brady was there, they go down to Miami, they go spend a little too much time in South Beach, and then when they play the Dolphins, they lose. Don't make that face. The Patriots playing the Dolphins in Miami does not work out for it.
Bro,
They could
they
beat them in the
division
week.
opponents. They always gonna split one for the most part. We
They
get
could
that.
beat them in the week. They could beat them in
Or
the
could it
weekly.
be
They can't beat them in Miami.
They could beat them wherever. They division opponents. They almost always split one. No matter
But
how it
could
goes.
it
If
be
one
that
win on the
New
road,
England is completely ass this year?
But like I said, my matchup for the week is the Dolphins and the Ravens, because I want to see the battle between Tua and Lamar Jackson, and I want to see if Lamar is going to be able to put up the same passing numbers that he did a week ago, because it's way better than the Jets defense. They have a secondary. I don't know why I'm not even entertaining you. They have a
bro, this
secondary.
man said he want to see the battle between Lamar Jackson and Tua Tagovailoa. Bro, name one. I just want to hear another person on earth say that outside of him. Like, that's incredible. You want to see the battle between Lamar Jackson and Tua.
You gotta think it. You got
Weapons, though. He got some
but wait,
weapons.
hold on. You have to
I'd rather
think.
see the battle of their weapons than them. I'd rather see Tyreek Hill versus Mark Andrews than
But that's
Tua.
but if you would let me finish, that's what I'm getting to though. Like, this is what you not understanding. Part of the reason why I want to see that battle is because I want to see how Tua and Tyreek are gonna do in this second week against a team that has a better secondary than the Patriots. I want to see if Tua is gonna be able to get them passes down the field, get them to Tyreek.
Get them down the field then. Just because they win and it happened to work out, then not once have their passes got downfield. They still ain't got down the field. So regardless,
Like it's gonna be an interesting game, because it can either be heavy run and heavy defense, or it can be heavy pass and heavy offense on both sides. For both teams, they both have good defenses. They both got. We all know that the Ravens are the #1 running team in the league. It's obvious.
I will say this about that matchup though, Carneal, because that matchup is interesting, but y'all know my MVP pick is Lamar Jackson, so this is definitely gonna be a Lamar Jackson special game right here. I think he's gonna do something crazy to the Dolphins. But I know we took a little Bears break, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to Mr. Chris with his matchup for the week.
Man, my matchup for the week now. I was gonna go, but Mike already said I was gonna go with the one today because I thought that was gonna be an explosive game, a high scoring game. But I was surprised. But I'm gonna bounce off what Carneal say, and I got another surprising pick I want to see. I want to see the Steelers and Cleveland. That's a game I want to see. I want to see if Mitch Trubisky is really that dude. Can he stand up against a better defense?
That's
And
next week. Well, hold on, real quick, Chris. That's next week on Thursday. This week the Steelers are playing the Patriots.
Yeah, that's Thursday night.
that was Thursday. Oh, my bad. Well,
That's Thursday.
that game too. That's gonna be a good one. The Steelers and the Patriots. I want to see Mitch Trubisky. Is Mitch Trubisky really that dude? You know, the jury is still out on Mitch. You know
He loved the Bears so much he wanted to see Mitch.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because we get to see
Oh
because
no,
he's
Chris
under
definitely
Mike
rocks
Tomlin.
with Mitch.
Because the whole thing was Mitch wasn't coached. The Bears weren't coached. Now he's under a great coach. He has a great coach. He has talent around him. Now let's see if this dude can Mike Tomlin really make him a quarterback. You know what
He
I'm
was
saying?
showing his ass
How
last Sunday.
far? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Showing
but he
his
made some
ass
mistakes in
last
that
Sunday,
game. He made some mistakes too, but can he really lead? Can he really lead the Steelers? Can he really lead them? Because we know usually with the Steelers it's playoff or bust. You always expect the Steelers to some kind of way make the playoffs.
Yep.
If Mitch is a real quarterback, if he's a real leader, and how far can he elevate? How far can he go under Mike Tomlin?
I think Chris's expectations of Mitch Trubisky are a little higher than what they need to be.
Definitely. But we, that's it's okay though. That's an ex-Bear.
I know that's his boy though. I know that's his boy.
Exactly.
So I recognize that's his boy.
It's Chris and an ex-Bear. So
But you got just think about that team overall. TJ Watt hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They missing some big pieces. What is Pittsburgh really like?
Pittsburgh.
I mean,
nice. What you mean?
You can ask the
Najee
same question
Harris
about the
went
team they
down.
playing too.
The Patriots too.
Najee not down nothing major.
Najee playing next. He playing Sunday.
Najee's good.
Yeah, he playing.
Najee Harris good Sunday.
But
and they still got their receiver, Johnson. They gonna make some noise. They nice, but I just want to know why y'all interested to see Cleveland. They don't even get their quarterback yet.
That's the thing. They won. They put up a win without their quarterback.
Against who though? Like that's not a win, bro. Come on, man. They beat Carolina.
And y'all was expecting Baker Mayfield to go crazy.
I never said Carolina was gonna be in the playoffs. I said they was gonna win.
No, I didn't say you did. I'm saying
y'all had them beating the Browns. Y'all had them because everybody's take was Baker Mayfield.
I didn't have them beating the Browns.
I had them beating the Browns because of the type of because of the stakes on the game. Regular team wise, I wouldn't have had them beating the Browns. I just figured it's week one. This nigga just got traded after all that commotion. He gonna come out, make some boys win the game, which in a sense he kind of did. But they left too much time on the clock and ended up losing that.
No, Myles Garrett ended up in that game.
But and it's possible, and let's not act like the real quick, Chris. Let's not act like the Panthers didn't upgrade at quarterback, and it's not possible for them to mess around and sneak into the wild card.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop right there saying they upgraded. I just need you to stop right there.
You don't think Baker Mayfield is an upgrade over Sam Darnold?
No,
if he upgrade, it's bare.
You might have missed that episode, Cardell, but we had that discussion. They think Baker Mayfield on the same level as Sam Darnold. I'm the only one who said he's slightly above Sam Darnold.
Bro, the man led them to the playoffs and won.
I told you we already had that discussion. We already had that discussion. Don't even get into it with them. They riding with that, bro. Baker is trash to them. Don't even get into it.
I'm finna kill an argument right here. Let me go ahead and say Carnell out real quick. Remember when they signed Baker Mayfield, right? Didn't he have to go through a quarterback? He had to go through tests with Sam Darnold, and then they made headlines when they officially announced him as the starter. Why was that such breaking news? He was already supposed to be the starter.
Real quick, David. Let me tell you why there was a quarterback competition. Because you don't pay somebody What is Sam? I think he's getting paid 14 to 15. You don't pay somebody $14 million, bro, for them to be a backup. If you like the only team I know to do that ever did something that stupid, pay a man $20 million to be a backup, and they did it twice in the same regime within the span of 3 years is the Chicago Bears, and they gave Mike Glennon $100 million, and then they went and traded for Nick Foles.
Bro,
I
please
don't
don't
know
remind
any
me of
other
that.
team that pays a quarterback 14
Please
plus
don't
million
remind
for
me
them to
of
be
that.
a backup, bro. So that's the only
So,
reason why there was a
Well,
QB competition.
Bro,
but let
originally
me ask you.
Carolina, Sam Darnold was supposed to be their guy originally. So when it didn't work out, they had to find other plans. So
Exactly.
just because it didn't work out, don't mean they just gonna fold on him. They still gonna give him a chance to earn his spot back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know we got a little off topic because gotta talk about the Bears sometime. No, but
Made me take off my jersey when you said that Glennon name.
Mike
but no,
Glennon.
but no, we was actually talking about the Patriots. So let's go ahead and ask the Patriot fan what's his week 2 matchup.
Actually, I got two. I got one that I'm surprised y'all didn't say nothing about though. I'm surprised y'all didn't say nothing about the Buffalo Bill and
I
Titan.
knew it.
That shit
Buffalo and who?
To be honest with you, man, only reason I wanted to say that was after that terrible play that Tennessee did last week, I don't even want to trust it. And now they're finna go against Buffalo. I'm not expecting much from there. I'm not expecting much from Derrick Henry.
I didn't mention that game, bro, because this is gonna be Ryan Tannehill's make or break season again, or whether or not they gonna bench him for they rookie Malik Willis. So the reason I didn't mention that game is because I think Tennessee really is a shell of itself. I think they trying to find themselves, and they just not the same team that they have been the past couple years. So
and they got to figure out what they want to do in terms of Derrick Henry too, because they can't keep using them how they was.
And that's my biggest thing for Tennessee. They in a transition period now, because after the injury to Derrick Henry last year, they pretty much cost them their season, even though they still made the playoffs. He still wasn't fully healthy for that. And we seen that against Cincinnati. Like that was the whole reason, Moody. I didn't mention that game is because Tennessee right now is a shell of itself because they trying to find themselves. They know Ryan Tannehill, for as much as I like him and some other people like him. Unfortunately, he's just not that dude, and they did draft a rookie. Now they planned on sitting him, but if the season really starts to just start to just go to hell, and like they not making no noise or doing anything, I think they might mess around and bring in a rookie, depending on how many games are left and when they think it's time to make that decision. So that's the reason I didn't mention that game, because Tennessee is just a shell of themselves.
Yeah, and last thing I'm gonna say, I'm not expecting a big game from Derrick Henry,
Nope.
especially with that defense. I think they're gonna shut him down.
Every time Derrick Henry every time he do play Buffalo though, he do go hard though. I remember that one time, it was like 2 years ago when he trucked the shit out of Josh Norman and took that shit for 99 yards.
They got Von Miller now though. They ain't had Von Miller though.
Hey, but you know what? But Derrick Henry didn't have such a good game last week, so I think he's gonna bounce back this week.
That's what I'm saying. Don't sleep on it. Don't think he done. Don't think he
Just
done.
because it's the Bills. This what I'm saying, bro. Everybody's so sold on the Bills. Oh, it's the Bills. It's the Bills. Like, just because it's the Bills don't mean somebody ain't finna come in and do them in too. Derrick Henry finna come.
No. See, it's not that I don't think Derrick Henry ain't still that dude, and he might not have a game. What I'm saying is the fact that because they in this like transition period where they trying to find themselves and figure out how they should use Derrick Henry, it's gonna be a very shaky start. And so right now he's gonna be. I'm not saying it's gonna be maybe a shaky start for him, but for the Tennessee Titans in general, it's gonna be a shaky start because they don't have a true number one wide receiver like they had before. You feel me? That the offense is changing. They don't got the same weapons. Like the only reliable weapon that they have on their offense is Derrick Henry. And if they choose to run him like how they did before, it's gonna just unfortunately end up resulting in an injury again.
I'm gonna sum it up by just saying this: the Bills gonna blow them out because the Tennessee Titans are one-dimensional offense and their defense isn't good. Like it's barely average, if that.
And I was gonna say that too because yeah, he can have a good game, but at the same time, they get down early, they can force a passer. And you got Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
All right, so let me ask this, because from what I'm hearing, like the Bills going 17-0. Who y'all got beating the Bills? Please just
No.
I don't see nobody.
Hey, hold on.
beating
Hold
the
on.
Bills
I think Moody want to tackle that question, Mike.
I don't
take
even
a
think
L or none of that.
I don't even think they going 17-0 after them beating the Rams and now playing against a Tennessee team that's trying to find themselves. They gonna be 2-0 to start the season for sure.
Man, Buffalo too.
I'm looking at their schedule, and every game y'all gonna say the same thing. After the Titans, it's the Dolphins. Y'all gonna be like, Miami ain't got enough. They want to do that. After that, it's the Ravens. Y'all gonna say, well, Lamar can't handle that. No. After that, it's the Steelers. Y'all gonna be like, well, the Steelers don't got nobody.
I
handle Von Miller.
I actually
said they're gonna beat the Chiefs.
Real quick, just like I got them making a Super Bowl doesn't mean I have them beating everybody. Even when I look at their schedule, I had them losing to the Ravens because I think it's gonna be one of them Lamar Jackson games that we gonna come out and see. He gonna throw for about 300 yards, maybe rush for about 100 plus. And they gonna beat Buffalo. Like I don't think Buffalo is invincible. Just like I have them making a playoff run and making it to the Super Bowl don't mean I have them invincible.
Thank you, Cardinal, for improving on my Lamar Jackson MVP take. Thanks for making me look smart. What was the other matchup you were talking about, though, Moody?
Boy, that's what I was gonna say. When you said on the Bill, I said I even have the Bills in splitting the season series with the Patriots. You know how the Patriots play the Bills every year. Even
Exactly.
On a Monday night too, I have them losing in New England. It's like, I also say that the Patriots are still gonna be another big match. And that's only because I look at it like this. I mean, it's still Mr. Business at the end of the day. And like I think Kenny who they really want to go to towards the end of the year. They're just trying to see if Trubisky has what it takes to deal with that number one with Deontay Johnson and Cooper and all. And they're like, TJ White out for like, now I gotta see how this defense can respond. Because even though the Patriots offense is shaky, Mac Jones got this back injury he got going, and they was looking pretty bad against the Dolphins. But I feel like Belichick, he still knows what little kinks to make. At least let the Patriots at least a relevant team still. Because like you think, we didn't think they were gonna make the playoffs. Right until they got destroyed by the Bills. And when they went on that big winning streak, I feel like that's what we forget. Those are who we have on the team. It's basically what little kinks he can make that team into a team that has what it takes to surprise you a little bit. That's why I didn't give a fuck if Brady went to the Buccaneers. I ain't go chase after the I don't give a fuck about that. I'll fuck around Ryan, get a Mac Jones jersey the next day. God knows, I'll probably have one. You just don't know about that. I'm a fucking man. I don't care what any other these fairy weather people have to say. But I mean, that's another, like I said, I think it's gonna be closer than what people think. People think they're still gonna blow them out, but I feel like it just depends on what Mac Jones' back is, because I think he got like a back spasm thing going on. So if his back is cool, and if Devontae Parker, if I can see Miami Dolphins, Devontae Parker without the injuries, for him to be that true one receiver to go to, besides Jacoby Myers, I can't trust Jacoby Myers. Then I think the Patriots.
That's his main guy.
Upset them,
He needs to stop throwing the hell.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. For him to be a true one receiver, I'm really rather him build a chemistry with Devontae Parker. I feel like they got a better. Yeah, that's a good two tandem in the making if he actually could throw some more time.
I don't know if he's number one, but I do know he Mac Jones' favorite target.
Yeah, and then Hunter Henry, you still got Hunter Henry too. That's
Yup. I was just gonna
Yeah,
say
but like
Hunter
Hunter
Henry.
Henry is a disappointment as well as Jonnu Smith, if we want to be
Yes,
honest.
yes, they are. But I feel like I feel like that's why that's perfect at least right now for Mac, because you feel me, he got Devontae Parker, you feel me, he could potentially be the number one, if him and Mac got a real connection. But like you said, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith being disappointments is why I think they kind of work for the Patriots, because right now, just the first time in a long time, even going back to last year with the Patriots, they have no real expectations because they are trying to find themselves. So it's like when you don't got Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith being on teams that kind of like expect something out of them, maybe kind of excluding last year because they were both kind of in and out the lineup, they were hurt. So it's like if they could figure out how to stay healthy, I figure out having a two tight end tandem along with Mac Jones is real interesting.
I'm gonna let the Patriot fan expand on this, but I want to say you talk about the expectations, and I think they higher now than especially last year. Last year they didn't have no expectations, and they made the playoffs. This year, being the Patriots fan base, being Bill Belichick, coming off making the playoffs, all of that, they definitely have some expectations for them, and a lot more than what they had from last year. They're expecting improvements. They're expecting them back in the playoffs, don't sleep, and they're expecting them to win a playoff game for sure. So I wouldn't say it's no expectations, because I think it's a lot more this year than it was last year.
This team is a little worse than last year's team, though, on both sides of the ball, honestly.
Let me hear what you got to say, Derek.
I mean, they lost some key defense. Real quick, I'm gonna let Moody speak, but they lost some key defensive players and they lost some offensive linemen, which really does take a toll on that team.
Yeah, you losing Jackson was pretty big, and then they let what I think it was Kyle. They went to the same team, losing up to the Chargers.
Yeah,
really
right. They lost J.C. Jackson, Kyle Van Noy, and they lost one of their best offensive linemen in Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, lose Van Noy.
Yeah, right, bro. They are worse on both sides of the ball than they were last year.
Not on offense. They still got Damian Harris back there. Ramondre Stevenson stepped it up a lot. Like I said, Myers is Jones' favorite target. They added Devontae Parker, who was basically the number one in Miami before they got Waddle in there. And then Mac Jones is also into his second year now. So I mean, they offensive side of the ball, I don't think got no worse. Sure.
But they don't got the same type of offensive line to produce that same type of run game, though.
Here's what I want to know about the Patriots, though, and I need to hear from both you, Moody, and Neil about this. How do y'all feel about that whole offensive coordinator situation? Well, not offensive coordinator, the play calling situation.
Honestly, it does frustrate me a little bit between having two people run up with essentially three. You got Bill Belichick, Matt Patricia, and Joe Judge all collabing with the offensive play scheme and the play calling, and that just kind of it worries me in a sense, because when you got three different voices and they might all be pitching the same thing, when they all sort of have different like things they will kind of want to do for the offense, if they were just the sole like play caller and the things that you will probably want to see, it's probably going to lead to some confusion, because we all know that when you got Bill Belichick, the greatest coach, you feel me? He's a better coach than he is a GM. Like I think that's part of the problem with the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick should kind of give up that GM responsibility, because he can't draft receivers well. The Patriots haven't drafted well at receiver for the last 10 years. To be honest, they've been worse than the Packers when it comes to drafting receivers. They draft horrible at receiver, and it just doesn't it just doesn't work out for them. The best receiver that they drafted in the longest amount of time was my boy
Well,
Julian
oh yeah,
Edelman.
Julian. Yeah, Julian was the
But
last one.
he wasn't drafted as a receiver at first. They
Drafted
drafted
as a
him to be a
quarterback.
backup quarterback and then switched him over to receiver. So it's like, it's bad when your best receiver who you drafted was drafted to be a backup QB at first. So now that I think, you feel me, they struggling to find some better talent, even though they got some this year. Through free agency. It's just when you got three people responsible for the play calling duties, I think it's going to be a little tough for that offense. I honestly wish that he would just kind of either delegate it to either Matt Patricia or Joe Judge solely, or take the responsibility just all on him himself. Having three people pretty much be offensive coordinator, I think it's going to lead to some confusion, because when it get down to certain game time situations and certain situations where there might be sudden change, they got to turn over and got the ball back, or they trailing and they all maybe view the game differently, it's going to lead to some confusion.
For sure.
I don't really know why Matt Patricia is even involved in the offensive coordinator thing, because he's always been the defensive coordinator. That it always was Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator, and Patricia was managing the defense. So I don't
And
understand
Joe
why.
Judge was special teams. Like, I would have more faith, honestly, if Joe Judge was strictly the OC versus all three of them doing it.
Did you not see him in New York last year? Are you sure about that?
Okay. In New York, he was head coach, so he had to manage all of it. Like he had to manage all three. He had to manage offense, special teams, and defense.
Bro, stop it, bro.
That's every head coach,
Joe
though.
Judge is terrible, bro. I'm gonna tell it like it is, bro. Terrible. You think what that man did in New York? Don't try to make it seem like his load was too big. You signed up to be the coach, bro. Don't tell me your load, man.
That's every head coaching job in the NFL.
But hold on, because this is what I was about to say. I'm not saying the load was too big, and I'm not even gonna say he was good in New York. But when you are a special teams coordinator, you work with both offense and defense a whole lot more than just strictly somebody who was the defensive coordinator first and then went to being a head coach. So when you work a little more closely with the offense, you know those players a little bit better, because you have to use both offensive players and defensive players, whether it's linemen or whoever. I would have a little more trust in Joe Judge being the play caller over Matt Patricia. Now, Bill Belichick was strictly doing it himself, then I would have the ultimate faith in him. But because you know those players and you have to work with them, because you did when you were a special teams coordinator, you feel me? I feel like that would lead to slightly better results at the moment than having Matt Patricia do it.
I'm sorry, bro, but after the way Joe Judge coached in New York, bro, I don't want him calling no plays. Offense, defense, special teams. I don't want you calling no plays, bro. You finna cost me this game with these plays that you calling.
And Matt Patricia did the same thing in Detroit, but before they were head coaches,
it's Detroit though.
Joe Judge was a great special teams coordinator. That Patriots special teams is one of the best in the league. And Matt Patricia was one of the best defensive coordinators before he went to go be a head coach.
That's
go
what
ahead.
I should worry about the defense, and then I'd rather just have Belichick call the plays at this point, because
exactly,
thing doesn't match, because that's not their specialty. If anything, Belichick knows how the offense is supposed to be run. He knows what game plan wins. I don't see why he can just. But I feel like only time will tell. It's only week 2. We'll see how it goes. So I'm not really worried and pressing the panic button at the moment. I already knew the Dolphins was going to be tough, because we haven't won in Miami 4 or 5 years or so. But I wasn't really concerned about that. I would be more concerned if we start off 0-4. Then we got to look into what's not working well and make some changes drastically. because you see how deep the AFC is. Even if we ain't go beat the Buffalo out for the division, we gotta find a way to sneak in a wild card like we did last year.
And
We'll
that's
see.
gonna be tough this year. That's gonna be tough.
I do got one thing though. This is like totally off topic though, but I know we got a lot of Bears fans in this, so I just want to say one thing. I want to shout out to my boy Lovie Smith for big things out there in Houston. Cause man,
Hey,
Yes,
Sir.
yes.
Sir.
He got
One of our best coaches.
he got
I
he got that boy Davis Mills playing like Davis Mills showed some flashes last year. I want to see what Lovie Smith could do with Davis Mills. Since you said that,
I mean, bro, Davis Mills, he competes, bro. He's been competing since he's had a starting job. He competes, so you can't really knock him for that. He's not elite, but he competes.
I was at work when the Colts and Texas on TV, and I swear to God, everything I love watching that game with all the Colts fans in the bar was like being at a funeral, like somebody fucking. It was the most funniest thing in the world. Once Blankenship missed on field goals, dog. I didn't see. I thought I was gonna see a whole bunch of grown men cry. 40-year-old grown men cry. It was, oh my God.
Oh, it was a lot of, bro. Colts fans was really hurt this week, like really hurt, and it was just a tie, but they was hurt. This one Colts fan told me, bro, he was like, it was funny because I just didn't expect it, but he was like, yeah, bro, we terrible. He's like, I'm probably not even gonna watch this season. He's like, I'll probably just be a Bears fan now. I was
my goodness.
I'm like, bro, it's that bad?
Oh my
Y'all had a
goodness.
tie, bro. It's that bad?
it could have been. To be honest, a tie is better than losing. I would rather tie than take a loss. Losing, don't get wrong. I love Lovie Smith and I do like Davis Mills, but losing to the Texans, I would much rather say I tied with them than lost. At least they wasn't good enough to beat.
That's like losing to the Cleveland Browns that one year. They went 0-15-1.
Yeah.
Boy,
Nah, that's
He could had it in his name. His name was
Lions.
oh my goodness.
0-16.
Oh yeah, for sure. But Moody, I gotta ask you something else though about these Patriots, man. It's a very popular question, so I gotta ask you. You think Mac and Bill can recreate some of this magic? Not all of it, but just a little bit of it. Think they could get one?
Even a portion of it.
I'm gonna just put you like this. Do you think they could win a Super Bowl together?
Well, if that does happen, it gotta come quick because you don't know how long Belichick will coach, bro. He's never
Exactly.
If anything,
I fuck with that response. I
don't see anything is possible. That's the thing anything is possible. I believe that, but if being realistic, it gotta be between either next year or the year after. Otherwise, it's just not gonna happen. And,
That's a short window.
I feel like
that's just something that you just
For them to win the Super Bowl,
fuck it, whatever happens. Yeah, like who knows how good Mac Jones will be in the future? Like
Belichick gonna have to change that formula.
next year or the year after next. Yeah, Belichick long. He's never had to bring. He's done it. What else is done for them to do? He can retire. One and two. You don't give a fuck no more. He already.
He want to win one more without Tom. He definitely want to win one without Tom.
I feel like
it's arrogant. He definitely want to win one without time, so he can say he can feel like right.
I feel like if Mac Jones become an elite quarterback or somewhat close to an elite quarterback, I feel like Belichick gonna ride out.
Right. But the thing is, Mac pretty much got to take
he can't draft that man to leave on him in a couple of years.
He didn't, but like he said though, it all depends on how much longer Belichick chooses to coach you, because you got to think about it. You got to think about it. Mac Jones could like become elite, but like after a certain point, if they still ain't like won nothing yet, so like let's say we about like 7 years in the Mac Jones career. And he could be elite by the end, but if they ain't won by the end, I don't think he's gonna ride the whole thing out.
But have they been? It depends, because have they been competing? You see what I'm saying? It's just because they ain't won don't mean, if they've been competing, if they've been in the playoffs consistently, they done won some playoff games here and there, maybe even been to the AFC championships and whatnot. He's gonna ride that out and stick for that chip.
Well,
Back and be on the level of what a Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert is, in order for that conversation to really happen. He has to be in that same picture with Mahomes, Jackson, all of
Yeah,
That's
Low.
valid.
Belichick gotta help him out.
Yeah, well, that's true. It just depends. It just all depends, because you know what I'm saying. Certain people
Everything.
Some time, and injury is also a big part too. So you just don't know what can happen in your career.
Everything's gonna be straight if Bill Belichick get off the Tom Brady formula. He trying to, like he had with Tom Brady, the 2 tight ends. He don't draft receiver. He tried to get him some tight ends because Belichick really believes in the tight end position. Like when Tom Brady first started, he had Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, and they was destroying teams at the tight end position. And I think he tried to do the same thing, but Johnny Smith and Hunter Henry ain't them dudes. So he gonna have to try to find a receiver and stop trying to go through his tight end.
You know what, Chris? You bring up a really good point, because definitely hard to recreate that tight end stuff, because Rob Gronkowski, probably, if not one of the best tight ends ever. And let's be real, before that stuff happened with Aaron Hernandez, he was on his way
Hernandez
too.
would have been up there too. Them
Yeah,
would have
so
been
he
like
was on his way
top
too.
5 tight ends ever.
Not only that, Chris, but this is the point I
they
did
had
want to make
Martellus
about
Bennett too.
that was they did, but this is the point I wanted to make about that, Chris, about him recreating the formula with Tom Brady. I think he shouldn't do that. I think in order for him to recreate the magic that they had, I think what he needs to do is cater the offense to Mac Jones to what he had in Alabama, which was a whole bunch of fast guys.
Exactly, a bunch of speed, some running backs, and an O-line. You feel me?
Yeah.
It wasn't about the tight ends. It was about getting that ball out to them receivers, because Mac Jones could push the ball down the field. He ain't got
Mac Jones. Mac Jones is part of the Patriot way now. It's not about what works for Mac Jones. It's about what works for the Patriots.
And that's gonna be
why the Patriots. But here's the thing, though.
This is why Mac Jones got to figure it out, and this is also why they drafted Mac Jones, at least to me, because if you're not gonna figure out how to be within the Patriots way, they gonna move on and go get the next quarterback.
Hold on, Cornell.
And that's
Mac Jones was the closest thing they had in terms of recreating that with Brady, and you saw they basically did it or tried to do it last year, and that's why they made the playoffs. I want
to respond to that, and after I respond to that, I'm gonna get to you, D-Boy, because I know you've been talking for a minute. But this is what I say to that, Mike, is that I understand it is the Patriot way, and they definitely do things differently than most people. But my thing is if you want the quarterback to be in the best position to succeed, first of all, you gotta understand that Tom Brady is legitimately different from every other quarterback. I know he started off as a 6th-round pick, but he developed into the quarterback that he is right now. And I feel like part of that is getting rushed, and I think it only worked because Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick, so of course he ain't gonna check Belichick for nothing. But Mac Jones was a 1st-round pick, and I feel like if you draft a quarterback in the 1st round, number one, that means you believe in him. You believe that he can lead your team to the promised land, and number two, you feel like you can do whatever you can to make sure that quarterback is successful. If you don't already have a well-built team around him, and the Patriots weren't well-built when Mac Jones came to the team, which is why I said they should go ahead and cater the offense to him, because they didn't have none in the beginning. Yeah, go ahead, D-Boy.
Nah, to Neil's point when you say, build the offense for him to build the offense that he had build the system he had at Alabama around him. To that point, if you want to see, but see, Belichick's not gonna do that. Now, somebody, you know, and I'm sorry, I'm being biased. Somebody who is doing that, Lou Gessie. Lou Gessie is tailoring his offense to fit Justin Fields' strengths. Belichick, on the other motherfucking hand, I'm not saying he's a bad coach. Of course he's not. But Belichick is not going to do that. Belichick is so set in his ways on how he wants his offense to run. Two tight ends set, run game, smash mouth football. He's not going to do that. Now, do I think Mac Jones is a bad quarterback? I don't think he's terrible, but I don't think he would ever be elite. I think he'll be the quarterback that gets you to like somebody point said AFC, I think it was Mike, the AFC championship game. Yeah, he might get you to an AFC championship game or two. But do I think he'll ever win a Super Bowl with Belichick? I mean, some would drastically, like they would have to get like a Justin Jefferson type on offense and like a Von Miller type on defense for me to really be like they got a strong shot, just because of all the dogs that is in the AFC. You got Josh Allen, you got Lamar Jackson, go MVP pick. Buzz mine. That's my pick for MVP this year. You got Joey Mafia, you got Josh Allen, you even still got Russell, even though his head coach is a complete idiot. But that's another topic for another show. So yeah, man, to piggyback off what Derek, man, I respect his take, but I just don't see it, man. They gonna have to make some major moves.
He an idiot for that field goal, bro.
You got a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and you take it out his hands. The kicker 65.
That's crazy. You say that, D-boy. That is so crazy. You say that.
I'm about to tell you, like I told, I don't even remember who I told. It might have been Carnell. I don't know. It was one of y'all. But look, this my thing on that. I'm normally I'm letting Russ go. You know what I'm saying? I ride with Russ. But first game, new team, and I know he got all that money. That's what you pay him to do and all that. But it's just like, it's something about how the game flows and how the game goes. You see what I'm saying? That takes a lot into how you call plays and do things. And the way the game was flowing, bro, them taking chances was not working out well for them at all. So at that point, at that stage where they was at, it's like, look, bro, this ain't been going well. Let's kick this field goal, essentially. Let's win this game. We got a kicker that got the leg for it. Let's just get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get out of here for something else.
McManus a good kicker.
They got it. Like, now, if I know I got a kicker with no leg shot at that, I'm not gonna take that chance in no way.
McManus is a good kicker, but that's out of his range. That was way outside of his range.
You can say that, but it had the distance. So since
he missed the first one, which is pretty much a practice shot. He missed it wide left.
Hold on.
Wait. Hold on. A distance though.
Exactly. He had the distance. Accuracy is gonna fluctuate on kicks all the time. Okay, that's something that you can only get down so perfect. It's only gonna fluctuate so much. But having that distance, only certain kickers got that, and he one of them. So I didn't mind that, honestly, with him as the kicker. And especially seeing how the kick went, it made it all the way. It just curved.
Hold on, Mike. Derek, you hack. You sending your kick out.
You said what?
I said, if you was hacking, if you was Nathaniel hacking in that situation, you gonna put the ball in your 100, 200. What is he getting? 200.
You focusing on the money, not how the game was going. Pay attention to how the game was going.
Richard Sherman said it best. Russell Wilson, in those situations, Russell Wilson is gonna do what the coaches say. Russell Wilson is a team first player. And so I wasn't really surprised when he did that shit. Because Seattle, it's like what happened with that dumbass fucking 1 yard play. Instead of
exactly.
He did He did what Pete Carroll told him to do. Yeah, we're gonna fuck around and try to pass it to win the game. I wasn't surprised with that call because Russell Wilson's gonna do what the coach at the end of the day.
He gonna please
Oh,
the
I
coach.
called Carroll an idiot for that pass play too.
He
When
gonna
you
please
had
the coach.
ball right
When
It's just
I
hard
know
to
Russ gonna please the quarterback, but I want that ball in Russ' hands because that's what Russ. To me,
I'm
that's what
putting that
Russ do
ball in
his
Russ'
most
hand.
magic when the game on the line.
Russ can get me 6 yards.
yeah.
Russ
I
can
think
get me
that's what
6
Russ do
yards.
his best magic
But
when
as
the
long
game
okay,
on
as
the
he
line.
get
In
me
listen.
crunch time.
I
6
want
It
y'all
was
to
a lot.
listen.
It was a lot of stuff leading up to that
I
kick
want
though
y'all
that
to
the
listen
coach
to
could
these
have did better
circumstances
though.
though.
The
Why
coach
y'all
had
saying
bad
Russ
time
could get you
management.
6? I want y'all to listen to these circumstances though. Why you saying Russ could get you 6 yards? All right. First game of the season. New team. Not only is this a new team, this is a new
But
team.
that's what you bought him
Hold on,
for, right?
bro. I'm not done. Not only is this a new team, and you've been on one team your entire career, over 10 years, okay? So you do that system, you still unlearning that. And you're playing against them. The people who know you the best, especially on fourth down winning situations. The game already has not been going well. Anytime we try to take a chance, stuff like that, it backfired. Okay. So this is how game one is going. We ain't even built up that much chemistry yet as a team to try to let Russ cook. They didn't even play in the preseason together like that. Okay. So this is literally their first few hours together outside of practice in game field situations with a kicker who can get it done from that distance. The game ain't been going well. I'm kicking it. I'm taking it. Russ, you can come cook later. Give me
I
6 more
completely
weeks.
agree with that,
Give me
Mike.
6 more weeks playing with this team, learning, and who you want to hit for times like this and stuff. They ain't even practice enough 2-minute fourth down drills to even for him to even have a good understanding of where to go to in that position. Like that's I would have kicked that too. I don't mind it. It's first week of the season.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that though, Mike.
Lamar Jackson, anybody like that? If it was
Say
any
it
other
again.
You said what?
if it was any other team, if it was any other team that's always aggressive when it comes to those situations where you would still kick it though, like the Chiefs, you know they were going for that shit out the back. Like Mahomes, he wouldn't have no question about this field goal.
But Mahomes also younger than Russ.
The Chiefs got a good kicker too.
But
Bucker.
the other good team
Bucker
was
could make that.
But
Yeah,
to Mike's point,
Bucker got a leg. He got a boom, boy.
But
to
listen
Mike's
though.
point, I'm gonna
Yeah,
play devil's
boom.
advocate to my point. That's why I think I would have put the ball in Russ' hands, me personally, because he knows that defense because he's been there all those years. So, and
That's
Not
a
gonna
whole
work.
new
he know
defense. You don't know that defense
Not
like
gonna
that.
work.
he does know that it's the same defense, and
That's not gonna work.
they missing some of their major pieces. And to me, it was just a Russell Wilson moment to me, and that's sometimes where he does his best magic when the
That
game on
defense
the line.
literally knew how to
Not that much
contain
time
them
on
the
the clock.
whole day. The defense literally knew how to
Yeah, and
contain
we've
them the
seen
whole
Russ do
day.
that before. We've seen Russ get shut down, and then he just had one magical play. He just got
Not
that's
by
just
his
Russ.
own defense, bro. This is literally the defense that he plays every day in practice. He just stopped playing them a couple months ago. Literally, bro. This is the same. They know
That's
him.
why I say he know what to expect. So he had the idea of what they gonna be in, what kind of cover, because he didn't play them 12 years.
Yeah,
12 years.
but now he got to try to make the plays with people that he don't know.
All right,
And that's what I mean. Since Russ
real
came
quick,
in the league,
guys.
he's been making those kind of plays. Since Russ came in the league, he been making them kind of plays.
If this was 2013, 2014, Russ, then you go for that. Russ not young like that. You don't even want him running around. You don't want him running around back there trying to scramble just to convert a fourth down with 6 yards, and then something tragic happened on week 1.
All right, hold up. We didn't got a little bit off the topic real quick. We ain't need to hear from David, man, about the original question. How you feel about Bill and Mac? You think they could get one more? They can get one together?
It's gonna be difficult to do, to be honest. They don't have the weapons yet, and I don't know. We honestly still got a jury out on Mac Jones too, so we really don't know yet if he's really the successor. So, this year, maybe a couple more years, we'll determine that. But in order for them to even get back, honestly, in my opinion, they got a long way to go. They got to make sure their defense is on point. I'm not a big fan of all the different play callers as well on offense. So it's just too many question marks to put them over the Kansas Cities, the Buffaloes, the Cincinnati's, hell, even the Raiders at this point. So for me, they got a long way to go. I ain't saying it can't happen, but in my opinion, they got a long way to go before they even consider even getting to an AFC championship.
Yeah, I think we all pretty much agree that it's gonna take some work for them to get back to that prominence that they were, for the past like 20-something years. I wanna go ahead and do this real quick. Do some quick takes from everybody. You got a little quick take you want to say. This is the last subject of the day. Got a little something you want to say for the show, or just for us? Just a little message you want to get out. I want to go around and let everybody say something. I'm gonna start off with Mr. Wise Words over there, Chris.
I'm expecting it to be a great season. It's already starting out crazy. I'm expecting a good season, and I'm just expecting some good football, some good games, and a lot of points. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Well, what you got to say?
I actually got two. No, I'm not even being funny. I got two. Bears are not as bad as everybody think.
Facts.
And two, as much as this kills me to say this, I still think the Rams are gonna be all right. I think what happened with one, I think
That's
that
why
had a
you my
lot.
boy, man. Hey, preach that. Preach
Hey,
all of that, bruh.
as much as I know, and I ain't forgot, Mike, I owe you a jersey, bro. I ain't been working, but I know I ain't forgot. I owe you a jersey. I ain't forgot. I owe you a jersey. But what happened to them week one? They just ran up against a buzzsaw for one. For two, had they had OBJ, I'm not saying they would have won, but it would have been a lot closer game. Not having OBJ, that just allowed Buffalo to hone in on Cooper Kupp.
Or Van
Because
Jefferson.
Allen Robinson.
Van Jefferson, too.
Yeah, and they don't have Van Jefferson. And Allen Robinson, you saw what Matthew Stafford said that last play of the game. He didn't even jump for the ball. He did that same crap he did against Green Bay last season when the Fields threw that pick, and that should have been a touchdown. He cut the route, so he cut his routes off. He don't run his routes hard.
Exact. Hey, man, y'all know how I feel about Robinson. Thank you. Tell them again. They ain't believe me when I told them that.
He don't run his man. I was so ticked off with that man last year, that Green Bay game, man, because had he ran that route, bro, we might have won that game.
I'm about to say we could have messed around and won that game if he make that catch, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I know, Phil, you.
D-Boy and Cardinal, y'all should have been on the last episode, so y'all can blast that man, Allen Robinson.
That's it. Those are my two takes. The Bears are better than it's not as bad as everybody think, and the Rams are gonna be all right.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that after the show, though, D-Boy. But let me hear your takes, Cardinal.
Oh man, I think it's gonna be a great football season. It's already it started off. To be honest, this has been two of the best opening weeks in football I can remember in like a very long time. Like it's been some great football start these first 2 weeks, and kind of to echo D-Boy's sentiments. The Bears aren't as bad as everybody thinks, which I think it is gonna be, is gonna prove to be obvious, at a certain point in the season. People are gonna realize,
story of the year.
you feel me? People are gonna realize what they're actually building. You feel me? Like, I know us Bears fans, we're a little excited and we need to calm it down a little bit. But we understand for the first time this team is actually building something. And then, secondly, the AFC is crazy. And the Chiefs is still the Chiefs. And I said, the offense is going to look a little different. They might struggle. So far to start the season, they've been off. They pretty much been moving without a hitch while still figuring things out. So Bears, the Bears not as bad as everybody expects, and just like kind of everybody thought. You feel me? I didn't think the Chiefs was gonna be trash. I just didn't think the offense was gonna be quite the same. I feel like they might have some growing pains, but so far they've showed they haven't yet. But Bears ain't that bad, and Chiefs still the Chiefs.
Good point. I like that thing.
For sure. Let me what's your takes on? What's your last take, David? What you got to say?
You said me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mine's a little different. I probably will come at the NFL, but I want to give a PSA. I'm disappointed, and I'm switching sport. I'm just because I know we talked about it last show. I'm disappointed in my Aces. They got their ass blew out. So
David, why you still mad, man? I was gonna mention that, and I told you they were gonna lose this game. I told you. Y'all had to finish sweating. I'm sorry. I know it's off topic, but y'all had to finish sweating. I mean, sweeping them, and I told you.
I was going for the sweep.
The Suns
I had the Aces sweeping their ass for sure. I thought the Aces was going to sweep their ass.
Get humble sauce for that. You got humble sauce for that. Yeah, I got to drink some sauce.
I had the sweep. But man, not only did they have blue, and they got 30. So they stepped up today, like we was talking about last week. On the Bonner balled out. Alyssa Thomas had a goddamn triple double. So I mean, god damn, I expected a sweep, and hopefully they get them. I'm a little on the ropes now because the next game in Connecticut too. So I don't know, man. They might go back to 5-8.
I told you 3-2.
I think Vegas gonna come out that game with a W. They ain't finna get swept on the road.
All I know is if the series make it back to Vegas, I'm trying to be at that game.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I tell you what you're saying. Like, I still got them winning, but I'm a little nervous after that performance. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little bit on the ropes.
Yeah,
that's my
that performance was definitely a great one. But Mike, what's your takes? What you got to say?
I just want to say I'm ready for the W's this season. Y'all know me, man. Y'all know I come with that good BS. So you know what I'm saying.
He's a front runner. He's a front runner.
I mean, that's what happens when you the best. You just the front runner. You know what I'm saying? I'm always the front runner. You feel me? My team's always switching. That's why you a front runner. Look. When it come to these sports and these championships, we is 1-1. You feel me? That's what we do.
We talking about fantasy football.
We talking about it all.
Hey, Mike, you say we the best?
I be out here.
Hold on. I got my revenge already. He already owed one to me, so I'm cool.
Ain't you losing to me right now though, so it's okay.
Dang, it's commercial bubble like that.
Oh wow,
man, did you have to go so hard though?
I'm sorry, y'all.
Go hard or don't go at all. Go hard.
Hey, facts.
Hey, I don't know if Dave's screen froze, but he just froze like that.
I think
More than
they,
likely,
bro, hey, bro,
more than
you
likely that's him.
Oh man.
When L's get to you, man, I'm telling you.
Told you that was him.
All right, Moody, man. Let me find out what Moody's point is. Let me hear your takes.
Yeah, let's get Moody's point.
Before I get in there, I want to shout out the guys like Can I Get the Sports with that, man. Appreciate you for having a nigga on the show. Y'all keep I fuck with y'all heavy. For sure.
So,
Oh, man, we appreciate you coming on.
We appreciate you too, bro.
All love.
Our first guest.
Yeah, this is my show. We're on the Moody's podcast, Ways World Network podcast. But as far as my takes are concerned, I just got three. I want to see these three players bounce back and have a good year. So I want to see can't guard Mike Thomas to the fucking Saints. I want him to have a full bounce back season.
That's good. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Another one, I want to see Saquon back to full form. I want to see him one of the top running backs in the game.
Who? Who do you say?
Saquon Barkley?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You need that back in there full throttle, you feel me? And I want to see somebody pick up OBJ, man. I really turn the cloud again, dog.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He a champion. He definitely deserves to be on the team.
The Rams dinner should keep signing his ass back on it. They need him more. So Stafford can stop throwing the cup all the fucking time, bro. Because obviously Allen Robinson is not going to be a big go. OBJ back in the mix. Got that team going back.
Ain't no money for that man no more.
No,
Yeah.
they could pay him, and he's open to sign back. Honestly, I think everybody just waiting on him to finish healing. I think he waiting to finish healing too, because a lot of teams.
He's not gonna be healthy until like I think week 6 or week 7.
Think he gonna follow Von Miller? I heard
said that because of that tweet.
No, hey,
Nah,
no.
he needed more in LA.
Von
They
been
don't need him
reaching
in
out to
Buffalo.
him. Von trying to steal him. Von is definitely trying to steal that man.
Hey,
I mean,
OBJ
OBJ low-key the reason why Von came to LA.
Him and Von Miller got really, really close over their time in LA, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised not one bit,
They
bro.
was close before the time in LA.
It's too much heat in Buffalo. He gotta compete with Diggs, Gabe Davis, and
No, and that's exactly why he gonna fit, because he coming off an injury. He ain't gonna have to compete, bro. He can come in and take over that third wide receiver slot instantly.
But this OBJ we talking about though is like he's too good to be the third receiver.
That's what I was just gonna say. Odell's not gonna be no third receiver, bro.
Like the Rams situation for him last year was perfect. And it's still perfect for him this year. If you want to be honest.
It was super perfect because Van Jefferson was able to be the third receiver. So it really opened everything up for him.
But when you coming off an injury like that, bro, and you want to get, I'm just saying, if he went in that Buffalo offense, he probably would end up becoming the number 2. But I'm just saying, in a team like that, you feel me, just coming off an injury.
What if his ass going back to New York then?
Nah, he's not going back to New York.
You want to know what's fun? You want to know what's funny though? He apparently coming from him, he say he still got a lot of love for the Giants. So you never know.
That's Odell, man. Odell got a lot of love for everybody.
If you remember,
I don't see that.
If you remember, he never dissed the Giants, just in that manner. So I mean, it makes sense.
He just not. He not. Hey, no cap. You know what would be a good place for him? Although I know it would never happen.
He needs to come to Chicago. We need.
Oh my goodness! I knew y'all was gonna do that.
My man.
Knew y'all was gonna do that.
He would do wonders for Fields, bro. He would make Fields that much better.
I'm not finna entertain this. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my take.
No, seriously, hold up, man. No, just give me.
That'd be a good.
Give me 2 minutes, bro.
No, it would be a good pickup, but my only concern about that is like OBJ is a cool person. He's a great teammate. But my thing is, Justin Fields gonna be under that impression like, gotta get him the ball. I think that's gonna mess him up.
No, bro.
Baker wasn't like that.
Because
Baker was the reason because
come in
Baker.
and make your
Let's be real. Baker and
wide
Justin
receiver
are two
room
different
better, bro.
personalities. I'm not saying Justin Fields the type of person that'll back down to anybody like that. Justin just humble. You know what I'm saying? He respects his elders, so that's why I'm saying like. He see OBJ, he know he represented, he know how good he at least can be, so he gonna give him that respect and throw him the ball.
And
I
that's
don't think he's
exactly
gonna
why
force him to do
I
it,
don't
though.
think it's gonna make Justin worse. I think it'll make him better because
I don't think
now
it'll make him worse. You can't get worse with OBJ.
He actually gonna be playing with talent again like he had at Ohio State. You feel me? So you feel me? We could see Ohio State Justin Fields come back with Odell Beckham.
Well, we know that ain't gonna happen. So
Valid. It's very valid. But I'm gonna go ahead to
Go ahead, wrap us up, Phil.
I'm gonna transition with my taste. I want to first, shout out to my boy Moody being our first guest on Can I Get Some Sports with That. Appreciate the love for you coming out, man. I hope it's the first of many experiences. Not only that, gotta give love to the crew, man. We pretty much all of us showed up today. Like, and it's always great when we have a full, at least near full cast with us. Appreciate y'all coming out. And my takes will always be the same. Justin Herbert is better than Patrick Mahomes, and all my fantasy teams gonna beat y'all. We'll see y'all next week on Can I Get Some Sports with That. Make sure y'all follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Can I Get Some Sports with That. We going live, baby. Well, we not going live, but we going up. Bless up.